Hi, Ken back again with another Pfaff mailer repair. I'm putting this out for the guys that do the kites, because I saw some questions and stuff on their forum, kite forum or some. One of the questions were that if you could go and wind a bobbin while sewing. You can do it with the 1222 series, and I'll show you how you do that right now. Grab this. Turn the camera around. Okay, what you do is you put your thread up, and what I do is I crisscross it and bring it back. The 1222s come with a dual spool holder. Okay, so you could put two different spools on there, and then you have your bobbin. Now all you do is you put your thread through and then do a couple of winds on it, and that way the thread stays on there while you sew. Okay, so hang on a minute. It's back down so I can have my hands free. So you take your bobbin, your thread, and you put it through. Okay. Put the machine in wind mode. Right. Put your bobbin thing on. Wind up a little bit. Alright. Put your lever back down in the back. You put it, I don't know if you can see it now. Put the lever in the back for the pressure foot. You put it back down so that you can do it, so that it's not in bobbin wind mode anymore. But you leave the bobbin. Important to leave the bobbin up here hooked up with the little button engaged so that it'll wind. Okay. Now, Ken said that he couldn't see the amp meter, the digits on the amp meter, so we're going to see if we can zoom in, and that way there's a little bit of a glare. Alright, so hopefully he'll be able to see that. Just getting a little check here. A little bit more in. Okay. Now, I have the 16 layers of kite material. This is ripstop nylon. Okay, and when I did the motor test, it pinged. The reason why I did the pinging was because I didn't have the pressure foot pressure set right. Okay. The other thing is if you want, you get yourself some wax. Okay, this is just a piece of wax that I had, and put it on the needle. All right, and give it a test run, and you'll see that it goes through the material a lot easier. All right. I'll show you. I'm not a great straight stitcher. I can't stitch straight in the line, so I'll show you how this is. Now you don't hear the pinging as much. Okay, it's still the 16 layers, and it went straight through. All right. You get better stitching if you go slower. If you go faster and you move the material back and forth like this, then yeah, your straight stitch is gonna basically become like a zigzag. All right. Ken also zoom that out. Send me this heavier plastic, and I don't know if all you guys use it, but this stuff is, I don't know, it's almost like plastic that you get at office material stuff. But he sent me that. He sent me also this black stuff that's a little bit heavier. Okay, so we got 2 layers of this heavy plastic and 2 layers of this black plastic. And I don't know how many layers he's going through. Plus I put on 4 layers of my blue ripstop nylon. Okay, so we'll show you going through all that. And the best thing to do is, if you can, start your needle in the down position. Push it down into the material. This way it'll give a 360-degree stroke. Okay, Okay, let's pull it up. Okay, you can see I moved mine a little bit. Alright, I moved it the material a little bit while I was sewing, so it's a little bit crooked. That's because of me, not because of the machine. Plus I'm using one hand for the foot controller and one hand just to hold the material. But it went straight through all of that. I mean, it went straight through it, so I don't know how many layers he's going through, but it'll go through all of it. So that was just to show you. Now for the bobbin, while we were sewing, the bobbin is partially wound already. So if you keep it on there, what will happen is if it's set right, when the bobbin gets full, this little button will pop off, and in the sewing machine you can continue to sew until you're ready for the bobbin. So that was just a few things. If you have any other questions, you can email them to me and I'll be happy to answer them. Hopefully it caught the digital display on the amp meter. The amps usually go up to about 1.2 something, and then they'll drop down to 0.98 or so, and it depends on what you're sewing through. So the heavier it is, the harder the motor has to work, the more amps that it's going to draw to try and push the needle through. Okay, well, thank you very much. Have a good day. Bye bye.